Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another television series review. This series is from Denmark, Danish language English subs, released in the year 2021, directed by Ronnie Ezra, and this series is called Elves. So Elves is about a family of four. You've got a husband, a wife, a teenage daughter and a teenage son. They're going out on a holiday in the remote parts of Denmark, and when they get to this town, straight away they don't feel welcome, and so it appears that they're not going to have a relaxing holiday after all. So the townspeople don't want them there, and it appears that they're hiding something, and what they're hiding has something to do with the woods. Now the woods has been cornered off by an electrified fence, and so this gains curiosity, especially of the teenage daughter. So she does a bit of exploring and she comes across a discovery that defies belief. Now the more she connects to this discovery, the more is revealed about this terrifying secret, which in turn puts the townspeople in a lot of danger. So these townspeople are going to do whatever it takes in order to remain safe, even if it means putting this family in danger. So what the secret is and what's in store for everyone is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Elves. I didn't really know what to expect coming into this Netflix series. Now, as far as Scandinavia is concerned, their cinema is absolutely brilliant. It's a lead runner as far as foreign film is concerned, but when it comes to television, they have an equally renowned sort of presence, but I'm not really that familiar with it. It's not until recently that I've really delved into television. So when you think of Danish television, you think of The Bridge, which is an absolutely phenomenally received show that I haven't actually seen yet, but I definitely have to watch it and review it. But that show had a big reputation, and so that's an indication that they're just as good in television as they are in film. So coming into Elves, I had that expectation, although I was skeptical based on the fact that it is a Netflix show and it is only 8 episodes. I thought, well, the Elves, it does look very interesting, it does look very mythological, and I thought, you know, well, if there's anything like other experiences, then this is going to be something to behold. So after finally watching Elves, I will say that although it's not as good as I really thought it could have been, it was still a lot of fun. The best way I can sum this show up is that it's like a Scandinavian version of Gremlins, in that it does have a very dark presence, a very sinister presence, but it is very family friendly, and so it is a very clean experience. It's not an experience that's going to hit you with profanity, excessive gore, nudity. It leaves that out, and so it's definitely a watered down version of what a horror story is, but I actually really liked it. I thought the suspense levels in this show were actually fairly good, and it took me by surprise, and there are nasty moments in this show that don't really glorify the aspect of gore, but there's enough there to show that it does have a nastiness to it. It does have that fairy tale quality that, as I said, that is Gremlins, but it also mixes in with Scandinavian mythology, and I thought it used it very well. I thought the effects were fantastic, and so this show does have a lot of love behind it, and the love does translate very well in what was a very, very watchable series. I thought as though the cinematography was excellent. As I said, it has a very dark nature, and the carrot that is dangled in front of you is ultimately the secret in these woods, and so you're constantly asking yourself what that secret is, and so it sustains your interest from the first episode to the very last episode, and when you actually discover what's inside these woods, it does become quite unnerving. So I thought the effects, especially of what you actually see inside the woods, I thought was used really well. It doesn't linger on the effects, and so you don't really have too much time to determine whether or not they're great, so that in turn creates a lot of imagination. And so the series does have a lot of imagination, and it translates to what I thought was a very, very watchable series. So my only issues with this series is that I didn't know why it was actually a television series, to be honest, because it felt like a feature film that was just cut in parts. And that ultimately does halt the progression of the experience, the fluency of the whole thing. I don't know why they just didn't make it into a feature film, because it felt like it was a movie that was cut and then the movie continues and it's cut. There's only 8 episodes that go for about 20 minutes. And so I'm not quite sure why they made this a series. It would have been a lot better if it was a feature film, because the fluency would have been a lot better. I just felt as though it was just chopping inside to make it a series, but I just didn't feel as though it had the contents to be a series, and it would have been a lot better as a movie. And I didn't really like the teenage daughter, to be honest. I thought the daughter was very annoying. I thought the script could have been a little bit better. The characters weren't really as well drawn out as I wanted them to. I thought, yes, the overall idea is very interesting, but the characters just don't complement the interesting story. And so I didn't really care for any of these characters. They make stupid decisions, and I just thought as though there was a certain level of laziness to this. I thought the production was excellent, but as far as characters and the writing is concerned, it just doesn't complement that. And so I felt as though it was lazy in its execution of characters and the situations, but as far as the story is concerned, as far as the mythology is concerned, I would definitely say go out there and see it. It doesn't really take up too much of your time. It is definitely, as I said, a Scandinavian version of Gremlins. So if you like Gremlins, chances are you're going to really like what Elves produces. So overall for this series, going to give it 3.5 stars. Go out there and see it. It's a lot of fun. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I'll see you later.